I don't recognize those earrings. Are those earrings new or exclusive to her? Are we going to get them as part of the event? Or did I just never see them before? 'Cause there's a lot of earrings. Maybe I just missed these. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is our team doing? Why the fuck are we letting yellow take the one right next to us? I get that we need to go in. I get that we need to go in on red. If they're the ones getting in second place, or I mean, yeah, because we didn't go all in on red. We got fucked because some part of us was like, oh, we're gonna fight yellow. You know, third place. Let's invest our party members into third place contenders. It's like, dude, no, focus on red, dipshits. It's a shame. Yeah, we're fucked. Nah, we don't have enough people here. Red has already taken it. We need... Dude, what the fuck are we all doing in fucking yellow? Dude, get the fuck over here! Like, we're being so fucking stupid! Why are we going balls deep on yellow? Jesus fucking Christ! Like, don't! Damn it, like, we had like so many people fighting for a yellow team, and they got it in the middle. Like, we were really fucking on the ball in the beginning, and now we're just being fucking retarded. Dude, focus on fucking red, you fucking morons! That was really shit. That's a shame. Like, we were neck and neck for the longest time. We had a strong start. You know, we were getting things while they were getting other shit. We had a strong start, and then we just kind of fucked ourselves over by everyone just going random fucking directions. We're like, yeah, even though red is neck and neck with us, let's invest half our forces fighting random yellows at low tier towers. It's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, so I did what I wanted to do today. I just want to make sure I pop in and do my Frontline every single day, because 7.2 is going to come out in about a month, and I need to get to rank. I need to get to level 25 to get this loot. Obviously, I collect minions, so I have to 100% get this. But this is super easy to do. Getting this will take a little bit of a grind, and realistically, I could have had it already if I had just made sure to do PvP Frontline Roulette every single day. I would have had it like a month ago, probably, at the very least. So, it's just because I've been so busy playing other games that I just haven't really been paying attention. And I also, let's see, I did my expert roulette. I don't know, I'm not AFKing in game as much anymore. Before I would like when I was doing nothing else, like if I was just reading, I'd AFK in the game. And doing that would just naturally have me, I would be like, oh look, there's a hunt train going on. Okay, I'll just join the hunt train. But I've just kind of been slacking a lot, so I haven't really been doing any of that shit. So yeah, so I haven't really been doing that. And because I haven't been doing it, I haven't really been getting tomes. Like, I have been missing my weekly cap and tomes for at least the last 4 weeks. Oh yeah, forgot. So I've been kind of slacking. I mean, there's not really much going on. Like, I kind of thought about doing the Chaotic Ultimate or the Chaotic Alliance raid, but like the problem with that kind of shit is that like the mechanics seem actually pretty, well, not really complicated. But, I mean, they're involved. They're not super easy, and it is really easy for like 1 or 2 people to fuck up and kill everybody, which leads to which can lead to annoyances. And I guess what I really should do is I should just kind of pay attention to the streamers and wait for like Lamatod to go online and do it, or Xeno, and then get in one of their teams. Yeah. So because I'm not doing that, because like then they'll be doing it, and I could, I mean, especially Llama, because Llama's actually like trying to teach people. Xeno, I'd be like trying to get into his team anyway, but I'm sure there's a few new people, and I'm sure he like doesn't really mind that shit. So I could learn and get it, but it's like it's a lot of time. Like doing that will be like hours. I have to do it for like multiple days and multiple hours to kind of get all the shit I need or want from it, and it's hard to justify that in my brain now, because like I'm not as, I don't know, I guess I don't live and breathe this game as much as I used to. Like back in the day, it was like, yeah, this is the main game I played. Like I put all my time into this game. But now, I've been playing a lot of other games. So I just recently complete 100%ed Cyberpunk, both the DLC and the main game. I'm gonna start The Witcher 3. I kind of started Baldur's Gate 3, but that's far more on and off than anything else. I'll probably play a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3 here and there, just for fun. But I think I'm going to mostly focus on Witcher 3, try to complete that game. But yeah, so it's like when I'm done with those games, I'll stop and I'll just read, and I'll like read books instead. So it's like, because like once I've done those games, I'm kind of like exhausted. I'm kind of tired. I want to relax a little bit. And this game isn't super relaxing. I mean, there were grinds that would be kind of relaxing, but like they're still grinds, and it's hard to like motivate myself to do them. Because like all the stuff before, because like I'm collecting mounts. Yeah, sure, I have 239 mounts. That's a lot. I have collecting minions. Sure, I have 507 minions. I think I'm missing like 10 total. But like there's some I could buy right now. But I was kind of holding off on them because they were expensive. But actually, since it's been a while since I checked, so let me see if the cost has gone down. It's darkness, expensive. That's pretty cheap. That's relatively cheap too. Yeah, there's a few ones that are pretty cheap. But I know some of them are actually easy to get, so I don't really want to buy any of them. until I know how easy it is to get them. But yeah, so I'm missing these 9, and I think there's like 1 or 2. I think there's a 2 or 3 that you can't buy at all that I also need. Maybe I'm missing 5. But like, I was number 1. I had briefly the most minions globally. Like on lawachievements.com, I was number 1 in minions for a few days. Right after a patch release, or maybe I don't think it was the expansion. I think it was a patch. And I quickly I was only a few minions. I had all but like 3, and I just really worked hard to get the newest ones that came out, and was able to bump myself up to number 1 for a few days until the people who had all minions were able to get those. Because I was always 3 behind. So the people who were not 3 behind, got the minions they needed to put themselves above me. But for a few days, I was number 1 in the world, globally. And for anyone who registered on Law Achievements, if you don't register there, it doesn't matter. But so obviously it's not real, but it's as real as it can be. Because it's the best way. It's the best way to confirm. And so I did that, and I could have kept trying to do it, but some of the minions are pretty grindy. Like the Momora is kind of annoying to get because you have to get a lot of points in fishing. So I have to be logged in every 2 hours to go onto the fishing boat for deep sea fishing, and then after 50. On average, about 50 runs of that, getting 10,000 points each, which is not even a guarantee. 10,000 is not guaranteed. But, let's say it is. Because I think you can average that, probably. I would still need 50 runs, so I'm only halfway there. I need 1 million points, and I'm only getting 10,000 a trip, or 500,000 points. I need 500,000 points at 10,000 points a trip. That's 50 things, and it only happens every two hours. So, realistically, I could make 6 a day easily, and then, in about a week or 2, I could have it. But it's just, it's rough, because I'd have to be on every 2 hours and do it, and do well. So it's just, that's kind of rough. I did actually, my fishing, I did my fishing. I've done my fishing. Not that. There's a fish guy. So, I actually have all the Realm Reborn fish. That's all Realm Reborn. Now it's starting the Heaven Sword, and I don't have all the Heaven Sword ones, and I have even less of the Stormblood ones. And so I haven't even done any fishing at all for Dawn Trail. It's tough. Fishing tries your patience, because it's for some of them it's pretty easy. You just go out there and fish, right? You just go out there, you fish. There's the basic fish that are always available, so you'll eventually get all of those. But then all the conditions and stuff, and it's just keeping up to date with this is trying, especially for super rare fish, because there are some really rare ones. And I'm just I just don't want to do that. I'm tired. I don't want that grind. I kind of want the Pterodon, but knowing how much time it would take to get the Pterodon, it's just oh my god, I just don't want to do that, because it's it's easily 100 hours of grinding at this point to get the Pterodon. Maybe less, I'm not sure. I mean, now that I can do the crafting super easily, it's the gathering that has always been the big time suck. And I was doing the less efficient way of just trying to get the gathering achievements as well, which involves getting a certain number of things, which still takes forever to do. And so I could just focus on the tier 4 stuff for the points, because you just need the points, and getting the tier 3 and 2 stuff is just not worth it, because I don't get as many points. So the Pterodon is just from points, but the achievements are from a certain number of gathered items. So regardless of which tier, you have to do it from lower tiers. It's still 50,000. Gathering 50,000 items is still gathering 50,000 items, and it takes forever. Especially because you have to go around in a gathering rotation, continuing to gather and gather and gather. It takes hours upon hours to do for the achievements. Now I could ignore that. I haven't really done too much tier 4 gathering, so it's possible that gathering tier 4 stuff gets me enough points where maybe it would take less time, perhaps. but I'm not 100% sure because I haven't really tried focusing on it. But to get the achievements would take hundreds of hours to do, simply because of how long it takes to gather, how slow gathering is, how many items you can get per. Because like I think I was like checking, and I can like gather about like 3,000 items an hour, but I need 50,000 items, right? So as you can kind of tell, and that's per class. So I need 50,000 tier 4 items, or I need 50,000 tier 2 items, tier 3 items, tier 4 items from botanist, and then the same from miner. So that's 100,000 between the two of them for tier 2, 3, and 4. Fishing, I'm not sure. I've never even tried fishing, so I'm not sure how easy it is. I know the number is less, but you need to gather specific fish, and I don't know how easy that is or how common that is. Like if I'll be wasting a lot of time doing other stuff. So hard to tell. But either way, like it's a grind. And I really want the Pterodon mount, but it's just like, do I really want to invest that much time? Like I could play a full game in that time, right? I could beat The Witcher 3 in the time it takes me to get the Pterodon. Or maybe not. Maybe doing the Pterodon just with points would be easy enough. But it's still it's still at least a 20 to 30 hour thing. If I'm just focusing on point collecting, maybe just that. Maybe just 30 hours. But even then, I still don't think so. Because you still need to collect, you still need to get 500,000 points as miner, 500,000 points as botanist. I'm just not sure what the point ratio is. Like, how many points would 1,000 tier 4 items get me? So, and then fishing in and of itself does take time, simply because you just have to wait for a fish to bite. So it's something I can do a little more passively, like while I'm reading a book. I can turn on the vibration of my controller and do that. Easier, in a way. But like mining and botany requires me to be actively paying attention. I have to actively pay attention to move to the next node, gather, even though I set auto-gathering on. But like that's the thing, is you don't want to set auto-gathering on because you want to be able to use your bonus points and stuff to get extra items. But you could actually turn auto-gathering on and and make sure to just do whatever buffs you're going to do right from the start, and then gather the rest. Because you can buff yourself before you gather, and then you just select one of the items, and it'll gather that item all times you can. So, but even still, that's like 10 seconds where you don't have to pay attention because it's auto-gathering from the node, but then you have to walk to the next node. So it's like, you still have to pay attention. It's fine if you're like watching a movie or watching a series in the background, sure. Like it's something to do while you're doing that. But like I could be playing a real game, like a game that actually has an interesting plot and stuff like that. So it's really hard to get motivated to do some of the grindy aspects of this game. And I'm like old enough to the point where I don't really care, right? Like I don't have too many friends who play this game that I could be like, look, I have this thing, I'm so awesome, right? And like, sure, I have I have this mount. It's the hunt mount for Dawn Trail. Like, it took forever, and it's grinding for this really burnt me out too, because I had to be going like 24/7 to make every single S rank hunt I could possibly do, and then A trains and stuff. It was, oh my god, it was not a fun experience. I have to constantly be logged in and then run to the Aetheryte at a moment's notice to try to teleport to another location so I could get there in time to kill it or to get credit for it. And then, like, the only place I can really show it off is for hunts and stuff. And sure, like, people are like, ooh, wow, you have this mount, cool. But, like, really, no one cares. And, like, I don't really care that much if other people care. It's like, sure, it gives me some bragging rights, but, like, not enough people know what it is. And even the people who do, it's few and far between. And it's not used as much. So it's just like, yeah. So it's just like it would definitely mean a lot more if I was far more active socially. If I was more active in playing the game and played, like, had a proper FC and had like a ton of friends all doing this shit, sure, that might be a little more fun. I could be like chatting and shit, but yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I'm just kind of playing other games at this point. So it's hard to get motivated to do some of the grindier grinds when I don't need to, or like the grindier grinds I can do whenever, right? Now, there is going to be a relic grind in 3.2 or 7.2 coming out, and I usually keep up to date with relic grinds, like in Eureka and Vodka. I was doing the relics pretty much on patch, you know. So like, oh, new relics come out, okay, so I'd be constantly working. Why? Well, because I knew that because the relics were out and the grind was there, that people would be in the instance, which would make the grind easier. And it's something that like waiting for the expansion, like the Endwalker ones were super easy. It was just tomestones, and because it's just tomestones, it means it's actually going to become super easy once the expansion is no longer current, because then it'll just be poetics, poetic tomestones to earn them, and those are you get poetics from doing everything. So it's like it makes it easier versus having to do max level content to get the tomestones. You could just do any content to get in the next one, so that any old content or even any current or old content even before. So yeah, it's just kind of like it was just kind of like, but like with Eureka especially, Basha wasn't as bad because Basha had people who wanted to do shit. Like Vajda was viable to level up, so it was a kind of semi-viable way to level from 70 to 80. So even after the expansion was over and Endwalker came out, people still went into Vajda, but there were less people. And the whole point of doing it is you had to do the skirmishes, you had to do the critical engagements, and you had to do like Delubrum and Dalriada. And when it's not current, there's so many less people doing it. And even though they say they scaled it and Delubrum no longer needs a full party of 24, three full parties of 8 for a total party of 24, even though they didn't require that, it just is so much easier when you have 24 people. Because when you have less people, even one death or one damage down really affects you. Not as much when you're higher level. And the fact that you can res as well. So it was just like so much easier to do it when it's current. And then Eureka was even worse because there's no real reason to be in there other than to grind for the relic or get to develop an arsenal, because you had your own separate leveling system within Eureka. So there's no real point in being in there other than to grind the relic. And if you did the game and the regions when it was current, you'd have people constantly spawning notorious monsters all the time. You'd be like, cool, we killed this notorious monster, okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, cool. So even if you personally didn't help, other people would be doing it and spawning it. So you could, if you didn't feel like doing it that day, you could just log in and just chill at camp, waiting for someone else to pop them, and then zip over. And then you can, when you feel like it, you could then grind and help people on other days. But like, you could choose not to, and still work towards it and relax. Which you can't really do as much now because like there's just so many less people in the instance that again it's kind of like if you chill and do nothing, you'll like maybe when it was active a notorious monster would be popping every 5 minutes, but now it'll pop every like 15 or 20 or something like that. So it's just like it'll obviously take longer. So even if you're not going to do anything, it's just gonna be a while. But anyway, that's kind of my mentality. Why I haven't really played as much. I've not been as social with people playing the game, and then I've just been playing so many other games. Like I've beaten a lot of games this week, or not this. I was gonna say this year, but not really this year because obviously this year just started. I guess since this year started, I've only really beaten. I caught up to Wuthering Waves, and then I beat Cyberpunk, completed Cyberpunk, got platinum the game and all that shit. But last year I completed a lot of games, So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it now. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.